Hi, a very good morning to Cik Masnani and TS Dr. Noor Adida, our lecturer for Medical Electronic Engineering Laboratory. So before that, introduce myself. My name is David Tilungwe. My metric is CE19046. So this is my group member for group 2. This is Muhammad Faris, Isureya, and Nuru Izzah. So continue to next part. I will pass it to my friend. Thank you.
So, Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Ruiza Bitukar Shafi. My metric number is TE190160, and I'll be talking about the introduction for exercise 1. Cardiac illness is serious current health issues accounting for a large proportion of stroke sufferers. Carotid ultrasonography is the test that can be used to detect constricted carotid arteries, which increase the risk of stroke. So for this, we use MATLAB to enhance the picture, making it to able to perform enhancement operation, since the picture is not, it's filled with noise, and making image enhancement from the original image is the proposed can be modified for the original image so it can be displayed clearly. So for the scope, the image of the carotid artery is obtained using ultrasound machine and small probe transducer. The probe then captures and bounces back to generate those sound waves. By coding picture enhanced techniques such as noise to noise and the contrast enhancement were analyzed and evaluated using MATLAB software. Thank you, that is all from me.
So now I will continue with our objective. So for the first one is to carry out an image enhancement study using an ultrasound picture of the carotid artery, and the second one is to use the MATLAB to illustrate several pictures enhancing method. Next, I will go through the image enhancement technique that we use. For the first one is contrast enhancement method. So this method improve the perceptibility of object in the scene by enhancing the brightness difference between object and their background. The contrast enhancement are typically performed as a contrast stretch followed by a tonal enhancement. So the contrast stretch improve the brightness difference uniformly across the dynamic range of the image, whereas the tonal enhancement improve the brightness difference in the shadow, midtone, highlight region at the expense of brightness difference in the other regions. So the second one is histogram enhancement method. So this method usually increase the global contrast of many image, especially when the image is represented by a narrow range of intensity value. Through this adjustment, the intensity can be better distributed on the histogram, utilizing the full range of intensity evenly. So this allows the areas to lower local contrast to gain higher contrast. So this method also accomplished by effectively spreading out the highly populated intensity values which are used to degrade image contrast. So the method also is useful in image with backgrounds and foreground that both bright or both dark. So the last one is the noise and denoise method. So this method to remove noise from noisy image to restore the true image. However, since noise and edge and texture are high frequency components, it is difficult to distinguish them in process of denoising, and the denoised image could lose some detail. Overall, the recovering meaningful information from noisy image in the process of noise removal to obtain high quality image. So that's all from me. I will pass to my next group member.
Good day everyone, my name is Aishwarya Ramya. Today I am going to explain about the result part. The comparison of image quality can be made through visual inspection or determination of specific parameter, for example MSC or SNR value. So to obtain the result, we basically use the MATLAB software. We have go through the three technique, which is contrast, enhancement, histogram equalization, and also image denoising. So first I go with the contrast enhancement. This is the coding to obtain the difference between the original image and also the image after the contrast enhancement process have been done. So contrast contrast image is basically the visual ratio of different tones in an image. This difference is what creates the texture, highlights, the shadow and also the color and also the clarity of the image. So once I run the code, we will obtain two different pictures. So this is the original image for the carotid ultrasound image, and after the image has been contrast, the image texture, highlights and the clarity of the image has been improved. So to confirm the image has been go through the contrast enhancement process, we can identify the MSC value, the PSNR value and also the SNR value. So here is the values. So MSE is basically the mean squared error. So the MSE value denotes the average difference of the pixel all over the image. So a high value of MSC value designers a greater difference amidst the original image and also the processed image. MSC value is used to check how close estimates are to the actual values. So the lower the MSC value, the closer the forecast to the actual. So here we got 242.2946. So and then for the peak SNR is means for peak signal to noise ratio. So SNR is defined relative to the signal, while the PSNR is defined relative to the peak dynamic range. The higher the PSNR value, the higher the SNR value as well. So it means the reconstruction of image is good. The higher the value indicates the bigger the signal power than the noise power. So here is the value we get for peak SNR is 24.1811 and also the SNR value is 11.9832. Followed by that, we had did the histogram equalization process. Histogram equalization is also something like contrast image, which is used to improve the contrast in image. So it will reduce the intersymbol interference to allow the recovery of the transmit symbol. So it may be a simple linear filter or a complex algorithm. So here I run the coding. So same as the previous, we get the histogram enhancement image. After that, in the command window, we can find the peak SNR value 7.58 and also SNR value, and the MSC value is 11,349 something. And lastly, for the denoise, here's the coding for the denoise. The image denoise process technique is to remove the noise from a noisy image so that we can restore through the original image as well. So here and see visually the noise image is like so much of noisy. We could not see we could not refer the image nicely. So noise image as processed, the image looks better. So here is the peak SNR value, which is 26.2545 and SNR value is 14.1059 and also the MSC value is 154.0376. I tabularized the three values of three different techniques. So for the comparison of the contrast enhancement technique, the histogram equalization technique, and also the noise and denoise technique with regards to the PSNR, SNR, and also MSC value in the context of the image of the carotid artery. So the methodologies that were utilized in the carotid image were evaluated through the process of measuring the image quality, which include the PSNR and also the MSC value. The method that had the highest value of PSNR and the lowest value of MSC was selected as the one of the best. So as can see from the table above, the noise and denoise technique has the highest PSNR and also the lowest MSC value compared to all other techniques. So the value is 26.2340 and 154.7668 respectively. So that's all from me. Thank you so much.
My name is David Tiong. So continue into discussion part for exercise 1. So the experiment that we conduct is about the comparative evaluation of ultrasound, carotid artery image enhancement technique. So the equipment that we use is MATLAB software to perform the image enhancement technique on the image. So there was a 3 techniques such as contrast enhancement, histogram equalization, and image denoising. So first is contrast enhancement process adjust the relative brightness and darkness of object in the scene or image to improve the visibility. So beside the contrast enhancement, create the texture, highlight, the shadow, color integrity of the image. So based on the result, we have run the coding in MATLAB software to do the contrast enhancement. So the result of clarity of the image has been improved. And so next technique is histogram equalization. This technique like contrast image and it used to improve the contrast image. So this process of histogram equalization effectively spreading out the most frequency intensity values such as stretching out the intensity range of the image. So the next technique is denoising technique. So this technique is to reduce the noise and smooth away edge to greater image. Then so for the denoising technique, this technique to remove the noise, and it also can conduct the present of the noise, make the image unclear, and may reflect the identification and analysis of this. So continue to the next part of conclusion for exercise 1, which we have complete doing the experiment of comparative evaluation of ultrasound carotid artery image enhancement technique. So then we have achieved our objective of the analysis and evaluate the image enhancement technique by using MATLAB software. So next, we also managed to improve our technique of the image denoising and image sharpening, and from this we can comparing the image quality. So that's all for me. Thank you.